Some beautiful classic cars, some wonderful people, and a whole lot of fun. We're spending the evening with the Past Pleasures Car Club, and it's coming your way next on Life in Socal. Our first visit at the car show today is with Bob, and he's going to tell us about Peggy Sue. Bob?
Thank you. Well, this is Peggy Sue. She's a 56 Chevy Bel Air two-door hardtop. I've had her about 3 years. I searched for about 3 years to find her, and the way she is now is the way I found her when I bought her, and it was exactly what I was looking for and exactly what I want. And right after I bought her, I joined the Past Pleasures Car Club, and I'm currently Activities Director for Past Pleasures Car Club.
Okay, so when you say Activities Director, give us a background. What is it that what is your part within the club? How do you coordinate the activities, the events, everything? Give us a little bit of a background.
Yeah, I coordinate events. We have every Friday night, we have a club dinner where the members meet at a restaurant and we have dinner. So I find the restaurants and schedule them and put out the schedules monthly for the membership. I arrange other activities, going to see like the Palm Springs Air Museum. We've been to Banning. A guy out there has a collection of antique fire trucks. We've been to San Bernardino. The guy has a house and some other buildings there. It's a 50s diner, a 50s grocery store, and a Texaco gas station. We've been there and seen that, and just activities like that.
We'd like to see a little bit more of Peggy Sue. Will you show us?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You want to see under the hood?
Yeah, that'd be a great place to start. Beautiful. Now, can you tell us what size of engine and everything she has?
Yeah, she has a 350 Chevy engine, backed up by a 350 Chevy 3-speed automatic transmission, stock rear end. It's got chrome rims. It's got disc brakes all the way around, been converted over to disc brakes.
Okay.
It's got a little bit smaller.
Take us over and let us see her. Well, she is beautiful, that's for sure.
The front seat is a split seat. The driver's side is powered. It's not stock. It's not standard.
Okay.
And the steering wheel is a smaller steering wheel than the big standard steering wheel.
Okay.
Other than that, she's stock.
A beautiful car, beautiful stock automobile. Now, what do you think this car cost brand new in 1956?
In 1956, brand new, probably ran somewhere 25 to 2,800.
2,800. And
yeah.
That would probably be fully loaded.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much now. So what do you expect a car like this would go for nowadays?
Well, with the economy we've got right now, probably somewhere 30 to 40,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
When I bought her 3 years ago, they were selling anywhere from 60 to 80.
Wow, that's quite a significant drop. But still, you look at. But I have to take into consideration 56 was a lot of years ago, and that the price at that time, $2,800, was a lot of money.
Yes, it was.
Well, Bob, thanks so much for showing us Peggy Sue. We've enjoyed meeting you.
Great.
And we'll see you again.
All right, and hopefully the candy apple red paint shows up.
Oh, she will. Thanks again.
Okay.
Every good car club has to have a president, and the Past Pleasures Car Club has one. And this year, it's Ron Van Arsdale. He's going to tell us who the Past Pleasures Car Club is, what they're all about, and how long they've been together. Ron, thanks so much for joining us today on Life in Socal.
Oh, it's my pleasure. The Past Pleasures Car Club is based here in Yucaipa, California. We have almost 70 members on a regular basis. We are proud to have a monthly car show here that really brings out a lot of people. We generally have about 200 to 225 cars per month. All of the events that we have are free to the public, so that's a big draw. Makes it nice for families who can't afford to go elsewhere. The way we make our money, though, is on the raffle table, which we have all kinds of really neat stuff. We've got new batteries, alternators, fun movie buckets, all kinds of things. And the money that we raise with the raffle all goes to local charities. We support the Veterans Administration, quite a few senior centers, some of Yucaipa, Calamasa community events, and whatnot. It's just a lot of fun being able to help.
Now, how long has the Past Pleasures Car Club been together?
We've been around 30 years. Last year we celebrated our 30th anniversary, so this is our 31st year. We're happy to do it again.
And how long have you been with the car club?
I've only been with the car club for 3 years, and I'm already president because I guess tag you're it, something like that.
Well, that's wonderful, because hey, every good organization needs a president to give them some direction. So, well, I think pretty much we've heard it all in a nutshell about who the car club is and what you're all about. So we're going to go around and visit some of the people here and see some of the cars, and we're going to stop in and see DJ Rip. But again, Ron, thanks so much for being with us, and we're going to see you at the end of the show because you're going to help us close.
Very good. Go around, talk to all the people. They've got good stories and beautiful cars to show off.
That's for sure. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. The opening of the show for the Past Pleasures Car Club is the Color Guard, the Yucaipa Valley ROTC, and we're gonna view them right now.
They are with the Yucaipa High School Air Force Junior ROTC.
When it comes to classic cars, the ones I love the most are from the 1960s. And the vehicle that I'm looking at right now is a 1966 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. It has a 350 Chevrolet motor, and the car belongs to friends of mine, Lynn and Pam. Lynn has done some tremendous work on this vehicle. He's created beauty from ashes. He's done a lot of work on this vehicle, and out of respect for Lynn and Pam, they would have rather the vehicle do the speaking for him rather than they do the interview. So we're going to go ahead and showcase this vehicle and let you enjoy it as much as we do. And Lynn and Pam, I salute you for being a part of life in Socal. The music behind the show at the Past Pleasures Car Club is provided by none other than DJ Rip. And I'd like to introduce you to him now. Rip?
Hey, nice to be here. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having us. Can you tell us how long you've been with the Past Pleasures Car Club, and just give us a little bit of a history about DJ Rip and his history with the car club?
Well, I couldn't tell you exactly right down to the minute, but it's been close to 20 years. And before I started doing DJs for the car shows, etc., I was a DJ for a modeling agency it was a model search agency. My wife and I modeled for them for 4 or 5 years, and then one day the DJ didn't show up, and the guy said, "Why don't you be my DJ?" And I said, "I don't know how to do that." And he said, "You know how to play records, don't you?" So I said, "Well, yeah, okay." So I started playing, and one thing led to another. One evening on the way home from a fashion show, I passed by a show with cars out front, these nice classic cars. So loving the cars, I jumped out and went out and started talking, and one thing led to another, and I talked to the guy that was the honcho of the show, and I said, "You know what you need is some good 50s music out here to go with the cars." And he said, "Yeah, that'd be kind of cool." I said, "Tell you what," and I'd been collecting some of the 50s music just for my own self that had nothing to do with my modeling thing.
So I'd like to ask you, over your 20 years, how much growth have you seen with the club?
Well, we started, like I said, with 5 members. We are now, as of last Wednesday, 62 families in the club.
Wow, that's a lot.
And yeah, and we don't really talk about individual members. We talk about families.
Right.
We have 62 families in the club. Some of the guys are single guys, but the most of them are family guys. So,
that's great.
And that's what we try to make our show. Many years ago, I realized the little kids out here, Mom and Dad were having a good time, but the kids didn't have much to do. So I bought some bubble gum, and we had a bubble gum contest. And then I bought some hula hoops, and we had a hula hoop. Now we've got a limbo contest and a fan belt toss. And we have people that actually come to this show just so their kids can participate in this. They don't even bring classic cars. They don't own classic cars.
Right.
They come out for family night.
Just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, towards the end of the show, we'd like to stop by, and we're going to film some of the contests that go on, and
Absolutely.
we're going to see the kids having a great time. Well, DJ Rip, thanks so much, and it was actually because of him that I found out about this show, so I wanted to make sure to stop by and see him. We're going to see him again at the end of the show, but again, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us.
Appreciate your being here.
Thank you.
All right.
A car that was started in 1960 by Chevrolet was the Corvair. It was a good idea, but it was a very controversial car line for the company. It ran from 1960 to 1969. And a gentleman that's with us is the owner of the 64 Corvair convertible, and his name is Bob, and he's going to give us a little bit of a background about this vehicle.
All right, it is a 1964. This is the fourth one I've owned. I started with a hardtop. I built it from the ground up. Then I had a 66 convertible with the big engine, and Walt Disney Studios bought that for a bunch of TV shows. I've seen it on TV. And from there I went to a van. And then this one here I picked up in Los Banos. I'm a ham operator. And we were yakking on the radio one morning, and they said, "Hey, Bob, what you going to do now? You sold your car." I said, "I'll look for another Corvair." And here comes this little voice over the airways. I've got one that's been setting for 5 years.
Okay, tell the viewers about what made the Corvair so special. I mean, was it to get out there to compete with the Volkswagen Beetle because of the engine? Give the viewers that don't know anything about Corvair.
Very inexpensive sports car.
Okay.
And back, you took this car against a 64 Porsche, you could beat it years ago.
Wow.
And they're 6-cylinder. And they're just a super nice car. I have more people say, "Hey, my mom and dad had one. This is what I learned to drive in."
Right.
And blah, 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 you know. But they're just super nice. You can buy parts anywhere you want.
Tell some of the younger viewers about this book, Unsafe at Any Speed, and what this is all about.
Well, Ralph Nader, as a young lawyer, come out of college, and he was looking for something to jump on to make a name for himself. So in 1960, 61, and 62, Corvairs had a problem with the rear suspension.
Okay.
If you went around a corner too fast, the wheels would tuck under and it'd spin out and you'd flip it.
Okay.
So in 1963 and on up, they made changes, and I will put this car up against any car coming down the mountain. It's just right, super slick.
So in 64, they got it right
Yeah,
for the 64 model year.
And then this is the last year they made them. This is a 1969.
Again,
1969, this has got an automatic transmission in it. Very, very nice little car.
So it was just that Chevrolet decided that this wasn't the way that they wanted to go anymore. It was what was the reason they discontinued Corvair in 69?
Well, if you look at this body style and look at a Camaro,
Identical
this is
almost.
the preview to the Camaro.
Okay.
And then they just quit putting them out, and I don't know why. They were a nice little car, and there's thousands of them on the highway that run super slick.
Well, I remember when my sister got her license at 16, my father won a 1961 Corvair in a poker game. He paid $35 for that car, and that was my sister's first car.
Yeah,
and she drove the heck out of it.
That's
so
great. That's great.
yeah. Well, Bob, thanks so much for talking
you're
with us.
welcome.
And
you guys have a good time.
We
If you
will.
need more information, come on back.
Thank you so much. My heart is happy because Camaro was one of my favorite Chevrolets. This particular model is a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Supersport. And during the 1960s, Screen Gems television shows were often sponsored by Chevrolet. And Chevrolet would use a lot of their new vehicles in particular programs. For instance, this particular car was used on the Bewitched television show. Either Dick Sargent or Elizabeth Montgomery would be driving up and down the street in Morning Glory Circle so that you could get a view of their new beautiful Camaro. So it was so beautiful, I had to showcase this vehicle to you, and here it is, the 69 Camaro Supersport. Well, we've had a wonderful visit here with the Past Pleasures Car Club. And again, we'd like to thank everybody who took time to talk to us and showcase the vehicles, and to DJ Rip for giving us his history with the club. But I wanted to wrap up the show with the president, Ron Van Arsdale, and I wanted to say thank you for having us and for opening up the show to us. And we'd like to give you a chance to invite the viewers to come down. So go ahead and do that.
Well, we'd love to have everybody. If you have a car that you're proud of, if you just like old cars, the classics, we'd love to have you come down here. It's a lot of fun, good music, a lot of nice people. You can get a lot of good stories from all the people that have worked hard and are very proud of their vehicles. We're right here at the corner of Yucaipa Boulevard in Oak Glen, the first Friday of each month, April through November, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Well, there you go. From Yucaipa, California, I'm at the Past Pleasures Car Club, and again, we've had a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time on Life in Socal. Well, there it is, our pilot episode, and we sure hope you've enjoyed watching it. But there's so much more about life in SoCal to discover, and we sure hope you'll join us on future shows as we discover more of life in SoCal. I'm John Schollenberger. Thank you for watching.